Hello everybody and welcome to another video about the 1969 MGB GT. Last week's video about the interior of this car seemed to be very popular, so I'm just making a quick video about the exterior. Now those of you who'll be familiar with this car will know that it was painted and restored by a previous owner, and he painted it himself and did a reasonably good job. I mean, the paintwork's not bad. If I can move out of the light, you can see it's a wee bit orange peely, and really it's not just as glossy as I would like. But this is significantly better than it was when I got it. If you look back at the first video, it was very green and mossy, especially here up along the gutters. And this car had sat outside for probably about 2 years, not having really been driven, so thankfully it didn't suffer too badly. Having a quick look around the car, might have mentioned this in previous videos, these bumpers aren't actually, well, they're probably chrome underneath, but they've been painted over. Just noticed a wee bit of surface rust coming through here just around the nut. So that's something I'm definitely going to address in future, but those bumpers are not cheap to replace, so unfortunately it's going to be on the long finger. Actually, just on the subject of bumpers, the back bumper is also painted and actually in worse condition than the front. Moving up the side of the car then, usual rash of rust coming down here underneath the side mouldings. Not too bad, it's very superficial at the minute, but something certainly need to be kept eye on and addressed in the near future. Nothing terminal, but certainly wouldn't want to get any worse because those wings are very expensive to replace. Coming up onto this join, this is something you need to look out for if you're buying one of these cars. Infamously go along here, starting to pit, the paint's starting to go. So certainly this is going to need sanded back, probably the wing off to really treat it properly. Down the side of the car, not too bad, although you obviously can't feel that in video, but the paint does become more rough down towards the bottom. I think that's an artifact of the respray itself. Looking a bit more towards the chrome, notice here in the reflection it's quite pitted, and I've tried to polish that but it doesn't seem to be improving any. As always, I'm open to suggestions in these things. Roof came up very well actually. The roof, although there's a bit of fish iron in the paint, probably from silicon deposits, there's a few scratch marks. I spent a lot of time here with T-cut, cutting the paint back and then bringing it back up again, gloss, clay bar, and I'll talk to you in a minute about some of the products I use. Around the back, this isn't really chrome anymore. I'm not sure, it looks like it's been cleaned with Brillo pad, it's really bad. So something that's going to need addressed in the future. And you've seen around the other side's much the same, thankfully. It's very reflection of the sunlight. It's a wee bit rough along there, but not just as bad as the front wing. A few products there's a better shot of the wheels. Those are recently redone, as you might have seen in one of the other videos. The wheels were sandblasted and powder coated. This is chrome powder coating. I think it looks really smart, certainly cheaper than a new set of chrome wheels. And at the same time I also painted the calipers, you can see them in there, nice gloss back, and got new spinners as well. So really smartened the car up. Tires, these are put on by the previous owner, I think they're fairly cheap Chinese make. I would love to put on some period correct tires, and it's something we'd look into over time, so I really think it would improve the ride quality. Just look at some of the products I use. I'll move around the other side as well to show you some more. T-cut. Now these products, I'll put links to all these in the comments box below, and also in the description, and you can buy these through these links. T-cut, really good for sort of a coarse cut back on rough paint work, that's what I used. Autoglym gas polish, does what it says in the tin. Easy on, easy off, really does a clean job of the glass, inside and out. Quick detailer, I use this if the car's just got a bit dusty, or with a clay bar, and I'll chat to you about that in a second. And Meguiar's Tech Wax is a really good finisher if you're making the car good for shows. I'll move around the other side of the car here. Squeeze the steel in the garage. This is all my cleaning products and bits and pieces. Auto Finesse. This is a make I have come to use quite recently. iron out, so it's really good for removing metal deposits from paint and wheels. I'd use that on wire wheels. It's pH neutral. You can spray it on and then use the power hose to take it off the wheels, but you always have to be careful using the power hose around wire wheels in case the water tracks down the inside of the wires. Clay bar, this is a clay bar here, stays in this sweet box. Some of you are probably, well, I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with this. It's just like a lump of, it's nearly like plasticine. Rub it gently over the paintwork using the quick detailer as a lubricant. It really picks up a lot of the non-visible contaminants from the paintwork without scratching it. I use this Meguiar's metal polish and auto sol, which I don't seem to have at the minute. Very good for polishing, chrome stripping, that sort of thing, tidying it all up. Poor Boys. This is a carnauba wax, although at the minute I'm using Meguiar's. The last one I really wanted to show you is this Poor Boys Bright and Bold Gel. It's very good for tire wall dressing. It doesn't make the tires too shiny, but it's sort of the right amount of shine, and it's quite resistant to fling as well if you're using the car in wet conditions. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that. That's a bit of a summary of the car exterior and car care. I suppose this could be applied to most classic cars, but keep tuned. Hit the subscribe button there. You find links to some of those products underneath. Any questions or comments, I'm happy to hear from you all. Please hit subscribe. As I said, really want to grow this channel now and get the classic car word spread wide. But yeah, thanks for your help and keep in touch.